at you with yet another DJs BrewTube beer review. And today we're going local. And where we're going to go local today? We're going to DC Brau Brewing Company. Why? Because you know I'm the local beer supporter. These guys are out of Washington, D.C., US of A, about 35 minutes from my house, 40 minutes, give or take. Well, wait a minute, not give or take, depending upon what the traffic is, because it could be 2 hours to get there. Anyways, that's the Capital Beltway, hell's doorstep that it is. Today, enough about traffic, we're going to have their Penn Quarter Porter. Now you say, what is Penn Quarter? Penn Quarter is a part of the District of Columbia, and it is also where Ford's Theater is and where Lincoln was assassinated. It says that on the can, and I know that because when you grow up in this area, history of that sort is drilled into your head. You're taken to all these landmarks for school trips and stuff, and it's pretty damn cool. Anyways, Penn Quarter Porter is a robust American porter. It's a rotating or limited release. It says that right on the can here. 5.5 ABV. And these guys are really proud that it is brewed in and canned in the District of Columbia. Now, they don't say what the IBUs is on this beer, but it's a robust porter, and I've had this in the past at a beer festival. You can take a look at my last year's when Johnny and I went to the Summer Northern Virginia Brew Fest, and we had this, and we really liked it. And from what I recall, it's in some ways a lot like Smutty Nose's Robust Porter, which is 43 IBUs. So I would imagine this is in that 40 to 50 IBU range, maybe somewhere around there. So, without further ado, let's get the can cracked open on this. Don't need any bottle opener. Why? Because it's canned, and that's freaking awesome. And get it in the glass and get my happiness flowing. Oh, whoa, gusher. We got a gusher and a spill here. Isn't that awesome? Not really. So, obviously, it's plenty carbonated because I didn't, like, gate crash down here or anything into the dungeon as we are today. We'll wipe up a bit. And we'll wipe the can up a little bit. And we'll let the head settle down. So, as you can see, since I'm all soaked here, we've got 3 fingers of pillowy coffee-colored head on this beer. This is, head-wise, is as dark as some stouts that I've had before. When you hold it up to the light, you get the slightest, well, now you're not really getting any light out of this bad boy. Down at the bottom of on the stem part of this pokel here, you get a little ruby, but that really doesn't count so much, does it? Okay, catastrophe averted, and finished getting cleaned up here. So, nice looking beer. It's got the stereotypic looks of a robust porter. Let's see what aromas we got going on. We got coffee, chocolate, caramel, and it's dark and milk chocolate, but the dominant aroma is coffee. I don't believe there's any adjunct in this beer. I think it's all malt driven. Really nice smelling beer. When I swirl it, you're getting some instant glass lacing. As you can see, we had plenty of head on this beer from our volcanic overflow, and it's dying down. Maybe it's the Washington, D.C. city water that causes that explosion. I remember back in the 70s when the Potomac used to catch on fire from pollution. Anyways, let's get a taste on this and see what it tastes like. It's nice. Rich coffee, chocolate, caramel, no real hops to speak of in the taste. Excuse me. The lingering aftertaste is of fresh brewed sort of iced coffee with no cream in it. It actually has a nice creamy mouthfeel to it. It's medium full mouthfeel, which I like, and I'm impressed that this is a session level porter, by the way. You can't taste a bit of the alcohol. The aftertaste is of bitter dark chocolate and black coffee, and there's a little bit of sweetness in there, almost like you put a little bit of sugar in black coffee or black iced coffee. Really tasty beer. It's well balanced. There's not any like one thing throwing it off, saying like, oh, I'm all coffee or I'm all chocolate. It's a really nice balanced porter. I like this now, and I liked it at the beer festival as well. Really good beer. I like this better than a lot of porters that I've had. There's some porters and like American pale ales seem to be beers that a lot of breweries brew, but they don't do them well. And this beer is well done. It tastes really good. Nice balance. It's a session level beer, and you could session on this. Usually porters aren't beers that maybe you drink like a 6-pack of, but I could drink a couple of these, and you know, I wouldn't be like overwhelmed by the flavor and like, oh, I've had too much of that. And it's a real tasty beer. It's well done. Besides the fact that it blew up in the beginning, that's fine. Maybe it was pissed off because I was thinking bad thoughts about DC the other day. Who knows? But really tasty beer. What are we going to give this grade-wise? Rate Beer gives it a 95, which I think is quite high for this beer, and Beer Advocate gives it an 87. I can see why some people might say, oh, this is a really awesome beer, especially if they're not an experienced craft beer drinker and they don't have a wide array of knowledge of this style of beer on their beer palate or their beer memory. I can maybe see that, so I'm not going to give the piss off to Rate Beer this time. I can maybe see those grades. 87, I think, is a fair grade. This is a solid B+ beer. It had the date on the can, which it doesn't. I don't know why they don't, since they're canning it and all that kind of stuff. But it is a porter, but it's a session strength beer, so a date will be important because when porters get stale, they really suck. They have that stale taste, if you guys know what I mean, like kind of stale bread almost. But I'm going to go with the 87. It's a solid B+ beer. If you can find it, I recommend it. The distribution is quite limited on this beer. I was lucky to find it when I hit a Total Wine store down in Virginia one day. But like I said, if you see it, I recommend it. They also make a barrel-aged version of this, which I've had, which is really good. I recommend both their beers. All of DC Brau beers that I've had, I think it's like the Public Pale Ale and a couple other ones. I can't remember the name. Oh, and the Wings of Armageddon, which is totally freaking awesome. All of their beers are really good, and they're a solid house. So anyways, guys, until the next time, we got to talk about something really important. We got to talk about thinking globally. We got to talk about drinking locally. Hell, this is from DC, right down the road. We got to support the craft beer movement, help DC Brau grow, put more beers out there, and keep wowing us with more variety, because that's what we love about supporting the craft beer movement, that is that variety, and we get something different all the time. And man, look, this is a local brewery. This is supporting local jobs, people you know, and people in your area that support you. Buy locally. If it's not beer, other stuff, man. I don't want to get it totally on the buy locally soapbox. Yeah, I do. Buy locally. Support people around you who are making things and doing good stuff, because they're your neighbors and they're in your community, and that's really who matters, man. So, till the next time, guys, thanks a million for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I guess I got nothing left now that I'm down from the soapbox, but it's big. I don't know. Peace out!